meeting of the National Board of Assessors to order at 9 a.m. on Thursday, July 15th, 2021. Let the record show the present from the board are Robert Early, Paul Bergeron, and myself, Daniel Hansberry. The first order of business of the meeting minutes from last meeting. Motion to waive the reading of the meeting minutes from the Board of Assessors meeting held on Wednesday, June 30th, 2021, except them and place them on file.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Are there any errors or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Is there a motion to waive the reading of the non-public session meeting minutes from the meeting of the Board of Assessors held on Wednesday, June 30th, 2021, accept them and place them on file?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Are there any errors or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor of accepting the minutes as presented signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Are there any communications, Mr. Vincent?
Yes, one brief item. The BTLA quarterly report was completed yesterday. The quarterly newsletter, the assessing monitor newsletter was completed yesterday. Those were done too late to get onto the agenda for this meeting. I'll place them on the agenda for next meeting.
Any questions for Mr. Vincent? All right. New business, Mr. Turgis, you have some abatement recommendations for us?
Yep.
Mr. Jerry Turgis.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
Okay, so the first abatement application that I have is for 66 Avon Drive. This is a Cape-style home. The taxpayers feel that the value of their property is $260,000 based on a list of comparable sales. And they also purchased the property for $259,900 on December 17th, 2019. The city is recommending a reduction of the assessment from $249,400 to $215,700. Any questions on this?
Questions? All right. Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 66 Avon Drive, excuse me, $249,400 to $215,700? Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Turgis.
Okay, the next property that I have is for 26 Wood Street. This is a Cape-style home, and the taxpayer feel that the market value of their property is $340,000. They supplied a list of comparable sales. They also purchased the property for $340,000 on May 8th of 2020. The city is recommending a reduction of assessment from $331,500 to $282,200. Any questions on this property?
Questions for Mr. Turgis?
No.
Yeah, I have a question for you. You said the home on Cushing Avenue was the best comp for this property.
Yep. On Cruise the most way because it was most similar in condition, yes.
Okay, with the school being on Cushing Ave and the additional traffic that you have from September to June, and then with the being held on Saturday and Sunday, and the additional traffic that generates, does that have to be given any consideration?
It did cross my mind on that, with the school being there. However, I felt that with the fact that it didn't need any adjustments for condition, that it was actually probably the best comp in this case.
And the overflow parking that you get from home stadium, like on the 4th of July, does that have to be taken into consideration too?
I did not consider that. I did not consider that.
So the bottom line is what the school is not it.
I didn't feel that the school would be that big of a factor in this case. I currently live abutting the Nashua North School, and I don't find the traffic as that big of a deal. So
Okay, any other questions? Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 26 Wood Street from $331,500 to $282,200?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Churches?
The third property that I have is a townhouse style condominium located at 64 Heather Court. The taxpayer feels that the market value of the property is $277. Again, based on a list of some comparable sales, and they also purchased the property for $277 on December 10th, 2019. Recommending a reduction of assessment from $263,400 to $229,900.
Questions from Mr. Churches?
I have one question, Mr. Chairman.
Go right ahead.
Gary, these three situations, the owners purchased the home for higher than what the assessment was, yet they asked for an abatement. They know what the equalization ratio it was, is that how
They were informed. They were informed by another resident of what the equalization ratio potentially could be.
That's the only question I had. Thank you.
All right, is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 64 Heather Court from $263,400 to $229,900?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Does that conclude your report?
That concludes my report.
Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda is Mr. Mandel.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
All right, the first one I have is one that has come before the board a few times before at 74 Concord Street. The city is recommending denial.
Any questions from Mr. Mandel? Is there a motion to deny the abatement of the property located at 74 Concord Street?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandel?
Thank you. The next one I have is at 36 Kinsley Street. The owner of purchasing the sold this property for $220,000. The city recommends lowering the assessment from $246,400 to $209,800.
Questions from Mr. Mandel?
I have a question. Go ahead.
No, I don't have one,
Mike, I guess you looked at the home and $50,000 of repairs had been made by the new owner.
Correct.
Was she still making repairs, or was that pretty much it?
It was completed by the time I inspected it, yes.
Other questions? Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 36 Kinsley Street from $246,400 to $209,800?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandel?
The next property is a townhouse condominium located in Edgewood. The address is 33 Astor Court. Lowering the assessment from $253,400 to $194,200.
Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for property located at 33 Astor Court from $253,400 to $194,200?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandel?
Thank you. The next property I have is at 18 Baltimore Road. This is part of the Trestle Brook development. We made a uniform adjustment to the style home, and and recommends lowering the assessment from $250,700 to $198,700.
Questions of Mr. Mandel? Do they have their lawns maintained for them by the association? They're responsible for their own.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are.
All right, is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 18 Baltimore Road, $250,700 to $198,700?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandel?
Thank you. The next property I have is also in Trestlebrook, 28 Baltimore Road. The city made a uniform adjustment here as well. The city recommends lowering the assessment from $233,200 to $196,400.
Questions, Mr. Mandel? Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 28 Baltimore Road from $233,200 to $196,400?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandel?
Thank you. The next property I have is at 30 Baltimore Road. The city recommends lowering the assessment from $234,700 to $188,700.
Questions, Mr. Mandel? Just out of curiosity, what's the motivation, do you know, for buyers to buy this type of development where their responsibility continues to fall squarely on their shoulders?
It's kind of an entry level purchase for most people. They're either first time homeowners or sometimes they're retired folks that will also have a place in Florida.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 30 Baltimore Road from $234,700 to $188,700?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandel?
Thank you. The other property is 25 Baltimore Road, here also in Trestlebrook. Here, the city recommends lowering the assessment from $259,200 to $205,200.
Any questions for Mr. Mandel?
No questions.
Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 25 Baltimore Road from $259,200 to $205,200?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have the motion carries. Mr. Mandel?
Thank you. The next property is 23 Baltimore Road. The city recommends lowering the assessment from $255,000 to $202,000.
Any questions for Mr. Mandel?
No.
Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 23 Baltimore Road from $255,000 to $202,400?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandel?
The next property is at 4 Fireside Circle. This property, the taxpayer purchased the property in September of 2019 for $632,000, which he lists as the market value. We made an analysis of all homes with the new good rating on it, and based on our analysis, we recommend lowering the assessment from $649,200 to $609,000.
Questions, Mr. Mandel?
I just have one.
Sure.
The abatement recommendation indicates that there were 2 rec rooms that were removed from the property record card. Were they repurposed or were they just non-existent?
They were non-existent. Actually, they have a portion of the basement is finished, and the rec rooms were left on the canal.
Okay, thank you.
Question. Mike, can you explain what the new good code means?
Yes, every neighborhood has a code for it. From new average, really fair. New good just typically means that it's relatively new construction and good.
Are the other
Good
homes
finishes,
in the
yes.
area Do they have the same lot size or similar lot sizes?
This lot size is quite large. I believe it's 5.4
Right.
acres. This is one of the largest ones in the neighborhood.
Is this in Harris Preserve?
So this is off of Tinker Road, almost to the Merrimack line.
Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 4 Fireside Circle from $649,200 to $609,100?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandiel?
The next property I have is back in Trestlebrook, number 17 Delaware Road. The city recommends lowering the assessment from $235,000 to $190,200.
Questions from Mr. Mandiel? Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for the property located at 17 Delaware Road from $235,000 to $190,200?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Mandiel?
Thank you. My last abatement application is for 3 Constantine Drive. This is a detached condominium of land located at Greenleaf Estates. This is off of Spitbrook Road across the street from Sky Meadow. City viewed all of the condominiums there and made a uniform adjustment for the neighborhood. And the city recommends lowering the assessment from $523,600 to $492,300.
Questions, Mr. Mandiel? Is there a motion to approve the assessment reduction for property located at 3 Constantine Drive from $523,600 to $492,300?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Does that conclude your report?
It does, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business?
No, we don't.
All right, we have arrived at the public comment section of the meeting. I would remind members of the public that the comments are limited to 5 minutes per speaker, and that there's the expectation of appropriate language being used and delivering the comments in a respectful manner. Director Kleiner, is there anyone who is waiting to address the board?
Good morning, Chair. You have one member of the public.
If that person would identify themselves and state their address, please. Is that member of the public still with us? And if so, if you would state your name and address for the record, please.
Chair, it seems no one's stepping forward.
All right, thank you. All right, comments by board members?
I have none.
Is there a motion to go into non-public session for 2 reasons? First, it matters which if discussed in public would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board unless such person requests an open meeting. This exemption shall extend to include any application for assistance, a tax abatement, a waiver of a fee, fine, or other levy, if based on inability to pay or poverty of the applicant pursuant to RSA 91-A:3, Roman numeral 11, Roman numeral 11, parenthetical C. Second, under 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2, parenthetical L, for the consideration of legal advice provided by legal counsel, either in writing or orally, to one or more members of the public body, even where legal counsel is not present.
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second. I will call the roll. Mr. Early?
Yes.
Mr. Bergeron?
Yes.
Mr. Hansberry, yes. Let the record show that we went to non-public session at 9:19 a.m. Who is